funny. Hey, what's happening to you guys? Pyros here and welcome back to another video. So this video is just going to be pure speculation. I know there's a lot of people talking about Coppa right now, so I don't want to be one of those people who sends out misinformation and ends up corrupting the message that's being going out there. So I have to stress this one more time that this video is pure speculation, pure conspiracy theory, and it's just me voicing my opinion in regards to Coppa and how I truly feel about it. So let's get into it. I feel like Coppa is just an opportunity for the government to regulate free speech and to censor certain people that they don't want on the platform. And that the way that they're going to be going up about this, in my opinion, is fucking flawed in every conceivable sense possible. Now let me give you an example for it. Because right now on YouTube, a child under the age of 13 cannot create an account. So obviously, if a child wants to make an account, it'll have to lie about their age and say that they're 18 or 21 or 26 or whatever the case may be, so that they can watch the videos that they want to watch. Now, keep in mind that the only way that these government people are going to be able to determine that a child is watching certain content that they're not supposed to watch is by paying attention to the activity of that said account. So if that said account is going around watching Logan Paul, PewDiePie, a few gaming channels, a few animation channels, and they use that information and data and conclude that this is a child account, what they're gonna do possibly is just mark that account as a possible child using an adult account. Now here's why I think it's kind of flawed, because an actual 25-year-old could also be watching those said videos. Because let's say, for example, PewDiePie, obviously, I'm going to use PewDiePie as an example here. PewDiePie obviously jokes around a lot, and he uses terms that appeals to children very easily. But at the same time, he does make some adulting jokes, which is why a lot of people who are like 25 and above, they would also enjoy his content. Now, how does the government determine what's an adult watching, children's stuff and what's a child watching adult stuff? Like, it doesn't make sense. There's no way to prove it. It's just them using hidden data that we can't have access to manipulate the situation in which that they can say that this stuff that people are watching obviously is drawing children to their stuff. Do you know what I mean? That sentence made no sense, but I'm hoping that you guys are catching what I'm trying to say here. Here's another example. The system has two options that they're trying to implement in 2020. So you have made for kids and you have pretty much not made for kids. And obviously, made for kids is the equivalent of taking your video out the backyard, blindfolding it, and executing it on the spot, because there is absolutely no way you can grow your YouTube channel or your content by marking your stuff as made for kids, because you're going to be losing a lot, and I mean a lot of the features that YouTube gives you to help you, grow your channel. So for example, comment sections, end screen stuff, all the prominent features that comes with YouTube will be taken away from you if you make your stuff made for kids. So the logical option that a lot of people are going to end up doing is that they're going to end up going with the route of not made for kids. And I've seen some people making this idea that they can evade the situation by just cursing in their videos, by saying shit, fuck, ass, all that shit, to avoid the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm that's going to be implemented in December, to avoid the system. But it's like there's so much more factors to it that there's no way that they can evade the situation altogether. The algorithm is going to pick up on the data of the tags. It's going to pick up the data on your titles, your thumbnails, possibly even your comment section, because they're going to pay attention, especially your comment section. This is where people don't seem to focus on. They're going to pay attention to the comment section, in which that they're going to be analyzing every single account that comments on these videos. They're going to track the history of those accounts, and from there on they're going to determine which of those accounts have watched way too many stuff for them to not be perceived as an adult anymore, but in this case end up being perceived as a child. I think that YouTube is going to help the government implement a new system in which a lot of these accounts are going to be self-tagged as kids. Therefore, that they're going to use that as an opportunity to tell you that your video has drawn in way too many children. But like, here's what I mean by this, is that the accounts are going to be saying stuff like, the accounts that are watching you are gonna be like 25, 18, 26, 25, all that stuff. But because of their history of the videos that they've watched in the past, they're gonna be soft shadow tagged as possibly 13, 12, 11, whatever the case may be. That's the only way I can see them implementing this new regulation, because at this point there's no way that they can do it. It's absolutely no way. So all YouTubers are basically screwed. Like, I don't think you guys can understand what they're gonna be doing. Like, there's no way they are gonna be able to determine whether a child is watching your videos. They're gonna be paying attention to the activities of each of the accounts that are watching certain stuff on YouTube. And with the description that they gave for Coppa's new regulation for YouTube, such as if the video has, you know, cartoon-like features, if it's about gaming, if it's about all this other stuff, and determining the language that you're going to be using on YouTube as well. Because I saw a video talking about if you use languages like bruh, whatever, get out of here, all that stuff, it's also viable that they can also claim that your video is clearly made for kids if you're using those languages, which is actually ridiculous, because I tend to use whatever sometimes. What I'm trying to say is that there is no way we can win. I honestly feel like this is just censorship. It really is pure and undeniable censorship, because it gives the government way too much power to regulate this situation. And just one more point to be made here is that this is not YouTube's doing. This is the government's doing. This is the big dogs doing. The big US. This is their doing. So YouTube literally, obviously, I'm not gonna say that this is not YouTube's fault, because they broke the law. It's because them breaking the law back, I think in 2016 or 2017, that we're facing this situation now. They decided to get a little bit greedy and obviously sell kids' data that they perceive to be kids to companies that are going to be marketing those stuff to kids. And obviously they broke the Coppa law. And now, instead of YouTube taking responsibility, they decided that, you know what, we're just going to put all the content creators liable for what they're doing. We're just going to be like, you know what, it's all on them. It is all on fucking them. And that's just how it is. There is no escape. No escape. Which means that I know some people might think that they're saved if they're doing financial stuff, if they're doing content like technologies and things of that nature. But I honestly feel like this is just speculation one more time. This is just me trying to understand how Coppa is going to implement this system, because it makes no sense unless they're going to be doing it in the ways that I've described it. As in, they're going to take an account and they're going to pay attention to the activities of that account, and if they see that this account has been watching a lot of stuff that they perceive to be kid stuff, that they perceive that this is something a child would watch, they're going to mark that account a soft market as potentially a child, and therefore they're going to go to possibly all these YouTube videos that this account has been watching, and they're going to tell you that if you've marked your video as not made for kids, to go back and mark that video for kids, because you are drawing someone who they perceive to be a child. That is the only way that they can do it. This is conspiracy, like I said. This is conspiracy. I almost spat. This is conspiracy theory. Like, I'm out here wearing my conspiracy hat right now. I'm just speculating, because that's the only way that they can do it. Because right now, I can give this phone to my niece, for example, and she can go ahead, because let's say my niece is like 5 years old, right? And I tell her, go ahead and make an account and tell YouTube that you're only 19 years old. She can do that, and now she can go and watch any videos that she wants, but she's obviously only going to be drawn to videos that she perceives to be funny, she perceives to be, pretty, hyperactive, or whatever the case may be. So that's how dangerous it's going to be for 2020. That's how I'm thinking, because there is no escaping it. So you could literally, I'm just saying, you could probably have tits on your thumbnail, and you can say on your title, yo, titty's about to be shaken in this video. Something like that. But if a child ends up in that video, and let's say a bunch of children end up in that video after watching a whole bunch of child-oriented stuff, like let's say, for example, 1,000 people prior to watching your video have been watching gaming videos, have been watching, you know, slime videos, or all that stupid stuff. And all those videos have been self-capped to be 13 years old, but actuality they are, you know, 25, 26, all them people, and they come over to your TV video. Well, I mean, obviously the government will have to say that this is not made for kids, but I'm just giving you like a bright example that how they could manipulate the system to end up saying that your video is not made for kids, your video is made for kids, or whatever the case may be. That's just my thoughts and opinion on it. I feel like 2020 is really and truthfully the end of YouTube. And I mean that in the sense that it's not like end, like everybody's gonna leave the platform. There's gonna be some people who are gonna try and stick it out. These are gonna be the soldiers. But the you in YouTube will effectively die in 2019 because YouTube is literally moving towards TV regulation. It is going to be TV 2.0. That's just the reality of it. So for example, for me as an example right now, if you watch my YouTube stuff, you'll know that I talk about everything that is geek related. So I talk about gaming, anime, TV, whatever, comics, whatever I feel like I want to talk about at that moment. If it relates to something that I'm interested in, I'll talk about it. Now, as you guys can see, I don't have any gameplays. Nothing here screams, oh, this is amazing, this is funny kid stuff, ha ha ha, whatever the case may be. I mean, yeah, I have Marvel here, but that's just occasions. My channel is just as liable to be hit with the made for kids situation as anybody else. PewDiePie, Markiplier, who else? All these other YouTubers like Valkyrie, all the other YouTubers who do Fortnite stuff, who've only been doing Fortnite stuff, they're liable. League of Legends, they're liable. Let me just open up my YouTube channel real quick. People who do anime stuff, liable because it's cartoon. Okay, before the anime community comes to my neck, when I say cartoon, obviously it's animation, but the boomers see it as cartoon. That's where you need to focus on. It's the boomers that are going to be deciding whether or not it's kid friendly or not. What else? Star Wars, that draws in kids. Pokemon, that draws in kids. What else? Let me just open up my subscription real quick. Yeah, there's so much stuff like technology, and that's what I mean. Like, the system is kind of flawed because if an account is marked soft, I keep using the word soft marked because they're not gonna change the account's age, but what they're gonna do is they're gonna self cap the account. So that means that they're gonna be watching it and paying attention to see the activities of that account. And I'm telling you, a lot of people, they tend to watch collection figurines, things that those figurines that sell for like €1,000 or something like that. They're gonna be watching those stuff as well. There's gonna be some people who watch. Sorry, I was waiting for this fucking camera to kind of focus back in. I don't know, reviews on fucking controllers. It's a dangerous fucking time to be on this platform. It really is. It really is a dangerous time to be on this platform right now. Because an average Joe, and I use the word average Joe, has probably uploaded more than 100 videos in their lifetime on YouTube. And we all uploaded YouTube videos under the guise that YouTube wanted all our videos to be child, family friendly. That is where the suicide section comes into play. All of us have been trying to adhere to YouTube's guideline of family friendly. And guess what? That still stays on. YouTube is not going to change, I believe. Speculation. We're still in speculation zone. I don't think YouTube is going to change their guideline to allow more people to be more, I guess, adult themed. To say, the shit words like fuck, shit, ass, asshole, fuckboy, all that shit. We're not going to be able to still have that leverage to do that. YouTube has been wanting to become a TV platform. A place where people can take their platform more seriously. They are inviting celebrities into the platform to represent YouTube as the face and image of the platform because they want to join advertisers. And now you have, on top of YouTube still wanting you to be family friendly, you have now Coppa, who are going to be coming in from the outside, a government entity from the outside. They're going to be coming in, they're going to be regulating your videos, and if you don't, and because you're still trying to match family friendly guidelines by YouTube, you're literally going to have to make your videos made for kids. And if you make your videos made for kids, like I said, take your video out the back and fucking execute it, because that's the equivalent of what you're doing. No comment section, no end screen, no any of that stuff. It is literally game over. I have heard YouTube say that they're going to be more lenient now. They're going to be trying to draw in more advertisers who want to put their stuff on adult themed stuff. So they're going to be removing the yellow marker, the yellow monetization marker, and probably implement something different. But there are some people who are more than happy to be family friendly. They don't mind. They want to be able to have their YouTube stuff be on TV where all the families can come in, sit down and watch the video together. Do you know what I mean? Now it becomes a term of, and here's what I don't understand about the made for kids marker, is that when you put it on that platform, right? No, sorry, on that ticker, YouTube doesn't even promote it. So what is the absolute point? You might as well just put your video on. Okay, so there's public, there's private, there's the untitled. There's an untitled section where only people who have the link can watch your video. That's the equivalent. But yeah, that's just my theory about it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm Pyros, and I'll catch you guys next time.